In today's episode, graves are mysteriously empty and the dead are apparently getting up for a stroll. I get a haircut from a barber who only styles corpses, and I get called a troglodyte while trying to buy a suit. Welcome to the wildest day yet in 1905 Warsaw. Let's dive deeper into the world of the Thaumaturge. Hi and welcome back to the Midlife Gamer. This is episode 5 of the Thaumaturge here on PC and Steam. The game's been pretty narrative heavy so far, lots of cutscenes with a few fights sprinkled in. I'm hoping things do open up a bit more today so we can start digging deeper into what actually happens in the streets of Warsaw. In the last episode we heard that Wiktor's father had died in the most suspicious way possible. A whole building had collapsed on top of him, and now his mysterious black grimoire has vanished too. No one seems to know where it's gone, and quite frankly nobody even seemed particularly bothered by that fact either. Rasputin rang us out of nowhere, told us to drop by his new residence in Warsaw. I still can't figure out how he even got our phone number. We were also told by our sister to clean ourselves up, get a new suit and prepare to meet father's mysterious lady friend at some fancy soiree, so we have that quest there as well. Upa dropped a time quest on us, pulled us into a forgotten memory from our childhood where we first met him. And finally, we wrapped up last episode with a fighting ring investigation in the muddy streets here, although that one ended on a sketch rather than a payoff, which did feel a bit anticlimactic. Either way, let's crack on and see what today has in store for us. So, Upa's quest is Memory Horizon, and since it's timed, we really can't afford to let that one slip. I'd rather not lose out on it. We've also got another time quest, which is Night of Divination. That one wants us at a tarot reading at 8 o'clock in the evening, and the game's giving us those little resting spots to pass time. I presume that's what we need to do here. But I'm worried about jumping the clock forward without trying up loose ends with Upa first. We've still got points of interest nearby, so let's go and check them off first. Once that's done, we'll head back to Upa. I don't want to run the risk of missing out on that time quest. So there is a point of interest up here. I've got a funny feeling it's just going to be another one of those sketch reveals for us when we click on it. By the way, I hope you're enjoying the series so far. If you have played the Thaumaturge, let me know what you think of it. Is it worth sticking it out to the end? What kind of rating would you give it? Also, if you've got any other RPG recommendations for a returning gamer, I'd love to hear them. Now then, time to buy a cigar. Whoops, I've clicked off the screen there for a second and the game's paused. I may have missed whatever was supposed to pop up there. Looks like we're at a point of interest for now, so time to plan our next move. Let's bring up the big map. We do still have that Rasputin quest, Taming Darkness. Seems like this is probably part of the main storyline since it isn't timed, but for now, I think we'll stick with the Memory Horizon. Let's mark that as our current quest and head back to the coach to meet up with Upa. There's Upa, and like he said previously, we don't want to keep him waiting.
What do you want to tell me, friend?
We were introduced to this fog mechanic last episode.
Wiktor, hurry, we'll be late for Mass. I'm calm.
We've got to stick to the well-lit areas. If the fog closes in, everything goes dark, and if we don't correct for our direction, we run the risk of losing our memory entirely. Like there, for instance, we almost slipped into total darkness, so we need to move away as soon as possible.
Wiktor, do you think that when you have a husband, you have to argue with him?
I suppose so. I don't want a husband.
You don't have to get one, but I'm worse off. Grażynka says that when I grow up, she'll find me a husband.
And there we have young Wiktor and his sister chatting away about future husbands, childhood innocence. Oh, here's Upa again.
I remember that. The last Sunday before Father stopped taking us to church. Because of me. I accidentally touched the priest's stele as he passed us with a censer. That was the first time when I felt another person's thoughts, their intentions. I heard the words of someone's confession that the priest was thinking about. It was like they were directed at me. And I didn't falter to share them with the rest of the congregation. Mother didn't manage to stop me, and my indiscretion caused the prominent marriage to fall apart. My parents' marriage not long after.
So Victor's mother didn't look too impressed there at all. Mainly due to the fact that our newfound skill had just broken up a marriage by the sounds of it. Alright, let's take a look at the map. Looks like we've got a new quest popping up near the family home. But the Uber quest is still rolling, and I've got a feeling this is the quest that's going to take us deeper into Victor's backstory, probably his journey into becoming a full-fledged Thaumaturge. And hey, we get another Thaumaturgy point out of it. Problem is, upgrades are costing us 2 points each right now, so until we unlock more Salutors, and I'm guessing they're going to cost us 2 points as well now, we can't do much with this one yet, so we'll just have to hang on to it for the moment. So, we've got a few points of interest here. Let's go and have a walk around the place. XP doesn't collect itself, right? Who knows, maybe we'll stumble onto something unexpected while we're at it. Oh, she's not very pleasant. Looks like we've got some more music filling the streets here. I'm not quite sure what this instrument would be. Looks like some sort of long-lost steampunk cousin of the guitar. Here's one of those pillars that gives us XP again. This seems to be yet another way of finding some XP lore in the game. We've got sketches, we've got the notes we find about, and now we've got these as well. I'm not entirely sure what you'd call them. They look like a bit like those old viewfinders you used to hold up to your eyes and flip through pictures. But they keep racking up the experience, so I will take it. I'm pretty sure we do have a quest to hit the tailor. Our sister basically told us to sort ourselves out and get a new suit for the fancy soiree, because apparently my current threads just aren't cutting it. So here we are in the tailor shop. We do have some magic markers appearing. Coffee cups. In the dregs, I can still feel the stress that urges the tailor to make more coffee and drink it hastily. Coffee is better than sleep. To sleep is to waste precious time that could be used for more alterations. Alright, so this dude is clearly fueled by ambition and a unhealthy amount of espresso. Can't really blame him though, most of us need a cup of 3 just to survive the daily work grind. And we have an impatient customer threatening the tailor's reputation as well. Let's have a look down here. Ah, there's a tailor tucked away through here. Ooh, we do have something else to examine though first. We have some tailor patterns that were drawn in a rush.
Excuse me. Damn it. I forgot to turn the key. Sorry, what?
You tell me. What is it?
Got a couple of options here, but a few of those are greyed out until we can uncover some more knowledge, it appears.
I need some evening wear. Quick.
Good proportions.
Thank you.
Alterations won't take long. Your name and address, sir?
Wiktor Szulski, 9 Green Square.
I'll send a messenger when I'm done. And Mr. Szulski, if you'll allow me a moment of candor, as it often seems no one dares to address you with it.
Sorry, what?
Go and find yourself a barber in Pavonsky. You look like a troglodyte. Now, I'd like to go to my business.
I won't bother you.
All right.
What an absolutely great customer service. Rushing you and also calling you a troglodyte. Amazing that he has got any business at all. Ah, we do have something else here to examine. I didn't see that earlier. So it appears he is struggling with his ideas and now have enough to draw a conclusion. The tailor struggles. The tailor has a steady hand for sewing, but his head reverberates with a lack of ideas. He needs inspiration, as frustration and impatience won't breed any good ideas. The way things are going, he won't finish the job or find creative peace. Well, that doesn't bode very well for our suit by the sound of it. And looking back at the tailor, he does have a question mark above his head now, meaning a new quest is
Mr.
available.
Szulski, come in. What's new?
I couldn't help noticing you're struggling for inspiration.
You've got a keen eye. The book makes it easier? I have to guess what everyone has in their mind.
Is there any way I can help?
I want to know what people look for in fashion these days. Back in the day, all you needed was 2 pant legs and a space for your Johnson. I don't know what else there is to it. If you tell me that, I'll be grateful. I'll sew you anything you want in return.
Let me sharpen my senses. I won't bother you.
All right.
So we've received a new quest, the Tailor's Dilemmas. Please don't be timed, please don't be timed. Yeah, it's timed. So in order to get a new suit made, he needs some inspiration, and I'm guessing that's where we're stepping. We're going to use our mojo, our magical abilities to go around and find out what people's fashion tastes are. Yeah, great. Alright, hang on a minute. Vienna Station. Imperial Hotel. Where'd these quests come from? Ah, hold on. It says find the viewpoint. So these were probably granted when we looked through those viewfinder things. And apparently they're actually called photoplasticons. Now we know. There are so many time quests piling up in the journal now. Honestly, I'm not sure which one I should be focusing on first. Starting to feel like I'm getting a bit of a quest overload going on here. I don't think there's anything else in here, is there? It doesn't appear that way. I think this wardrobe is going to show us the same clothes that we have in our home. Yeah, I thought so. So that's everything we owned already. Nothing new in there. Okay, back out into the street. Before I start running around like a headless chicken chasing all these timed quests, I'm going to take a look at the other points of interest nearby first. We've also got a quest right here as well, so we may try and check that out as well while we're in the area. Looks like we've got 2 points of interest just north of us. Here we have another ticket for the circus. It costs 30 kopecks. Is that a lot in 1905? Honestly, I have no idea, but I'm sure somebody out there could tell us. And here we go again, another one of those, what did I call them earlier, photoplasticon or something? This one's for the Warsaw Courier, so I presume this has also updated the quest for us in our journal. And indeed it has. Ah, so it does actually tell you here where they are located. I didn't even see that before. Let's go and get this other point of interest to the north here. Ooh, we got another magical indicator here. What's this we've got? We've got a lost invitation. Dear friends and companions of voyages to distant lands, it is my pleasure to invite you to a party where the scent of incense will mingle with the aroma of turmeric and cardamom. Sumptuous bedding under silk canopies and the beauty of exotic dancers await you. You will have the opportunity to taste forbidden delights during this evening. Come, as usual, to the gates of Sesam to have them open before you. Simply say the password Kubla Khan. Count O. So this looks like a secret invitation to an evening with legal entertainment, whatever that means. And we get another quest from that Oriental party at the Count's. Of course, timed as ever. And that's located in the Northern District. We do have something else here first, though. A geometry handbook. This looks like it belongs to a mathematician. And picking it up has scored us another point to spend. Alright, what do I spend these points on? Do I keep pushing the deed tree and invest in sabotage? Or do I switch things up and drop a couple of points into heart for, or should I say with, adrenaline rush? Honestly, the deed tree still feels like it's a standout option right now, so I'm going to double down on that. And after deliberating there for a while, I've decided to put the sabotage upgrade into the agony skill and see how we get on with that for now. If you do have any advice, feel free to let me know. Alright, let's check out this next point of interest down here. Looks like we have a stall with a couple of kids milling around. Ooh, it's an ice cream stall. And we snag another sketch. This one's a full-on meltdown. The little one's dropped her ice cream and has now experienced true despair. We get a bit of XP, a dose of childhood tragedy, but nothing more than that. Alright, I'm going to follow the magic line north and hopefully track down the first clue for our Oriental party quest. However, our magic line seems to have now disappeared where it was pointing me to. It was pointing me to something in this area and now it's just vanished. Yeah, not super helpful. Ah, there it is. Looks like we had to go through these gates here. I think the direction indicator glitched a little bit there for us. And yet there's something here. We've got a bigot's diary. I'm not going to read all that out, but basically it talks about someone's nephew who went from being a sweet little boy to surrounding himself with the worst company possible and getting tempted by Western fads, including opiates. So, looks like that's our first clue and we're on the right track here. It does mention a street, which I'm not going to even try and pronounce, where these parties take place. Let's keep following the directional marker and track down the next clue for this Oriental party quest. It's around here somewhere. Not down here. Looks like it's pointing towards these trees. Oh wait, it's on the other side of the fence, that's why I can't find it. Instructions for the courier. I need to hand it directly to the butler's hands and no one else. Do not open on pain of punishment. I wonder what he was delivering.
Well, there we have it.
So we've got all the details we need to know now to get to this party. We do need to speak the password Kubla Khan at the entrance. Well, there we have it indeed. So it says I need to visit the count at number 15 something's street. I'm not going to even try to pronounce that one. Thing is, the map doesn't actually show any street names or mark where we need to go. I wonder if this becomes active at night or something. Maybe we've got to wait this one out. Let's head out and check out these points of interest up here on the map. Looks like there's a patisserie up ahead. If I remember right, this might be the spot where we finally reconnect with that resistance woman, the one that was smuggling bullets back in episode 2. She said something about meeting up for donuts. I don't know if this is going to be the place. What's that on my head? Please do something about it. Not sure what he's going on about. Well, nothing seems to be lighting up for us in here, and I'm not seeing our resistance friend either.
It smells so nice in here. Is that vanilla?
Vanilla, raisins, butter, sugar, and some more butter. You're in heaven. Can I help you?
Mrs. Jagoda, it's me, Wiktor.
I can't believe my eyes. Little Wiktor? Oh my, how you've grown and how handsome you've become. Where is that little cherub who would stand in front of the display, staring at pastries?
Admit that you don't eat sweets anymore. Confess it was about her, not the pastries. Ha! I'm tempted to go with the option. I'm going to go with that option.
Mrs. Jagoda, as a grown man, I can confess that it was never the sweets. It was about you.
You devil! But to be honest, I have a daughter, so if you ever...
Excuse me? I'm waiting for my order here.
No reason to be angry, darling. Just wait a moment. My daughter is taking the fruitcake out of the oven now. It will be hot.
With raisins and orange peel? I'll wait then.
Are you sure you're not a Thaumaturge?
Let that be my sweet secret.
That is all, thank you. Goodbye.
Don't you want to take anything sweet home with you? Well, as you wish.
That was a bit of a weird cutscene. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what to take from that interaction with the lady there. The pastry chef apparently has a daughter who might be interested in me. Maybe a bit of a character setup there, maybe not. Could be someone we bump into further down the line in the game. And then there was that impatient lady who just kind of evaporated once the cutscene ended. Outside of that, I'm not sure what the broader point of that scene was trying to make there. There's nothing much else going on here for the time being, so let's go back outside. I was half expecting to meet that lady from outside of Vienna Station in there, but no, that wasn't the case. Ah, so these are actually those things you can actually look into. There's the viewfinder there, so I wasn't far off from my first assessment after all. And that is an image of the cemetery. I'm pretty sure I know where that is, as we have already been there. Looks like there's another quest showing up on the map down at the bottom, so we might as well go and grab that while we're in the area. Ooh, we've also got a spark of interest marking something for our attention here. Let's take a look. What do we have here? We have a partly damaged brochure. Come and you'll experience true sensual delight in an exotic ritual. With some blurred words at the end there. Another new quest has opened up for us. This time it's Exotic Ceremony. We're really starting to stack up these timed quests now. Getting a little tricky to keep track of everything. And we have some new markers to follow for this latest quest. So let's go and follow these. Well, heading back to the patisserie here. Starting to feel like I'm running around a bit in circles. It's around here somewhere. Where is it? Ah, there we go. There it is. Under the notice board. Oof, someone's got a case of the grumps here. So we've got ourselves a real judgment gem here. This Spigot's diary is basically someone clutching their pearls because an opera singer has nice furniture and travels abroad. Sounds like jealousy than real concern, but let's see how this plays out. Let's see if we can find this other clue. So yeah, while I'm running here, just a quick note, I've switched over to actually using the WASD keys instead of the mouse for movement. Definitely feels smoother overall, way more control, but it does make me run in this weird zigzaggy pattern like I'm dodging sniper fire. Ooh la la. Oh my god, are you seeing how thin that waist is on that photograph? How can that... How is she alive?
There we have it.
So maybe there was something in this opera singer after all. Maybe the judgment was correct. So it looks like we're going to have to visit Lady Dragonfly here. Did we actually get a quest update for that? Attend an exotic ceremony. Yes, we did. So once again, the map is telling us we're in the right general area, but when we zoom in locally, there's nothing marked for us, just a bunch of locked locations. Not sure if these open up later in the evening or if they're tied to a story progression. Either way, we do have the quest markers showing nearby, so let's go grab that instead. We've got an awful lot of things to look into now. I'm just a little bit worried we're picking all these quests up and I'm going to run out of time on some of them. This is our home, isn't it? We have some young lad stood outside with a question mark above his head. Well, it seems a gravedigger wants a word with us. An urgent matter. And when a guy surrounded by corpses calls you, it's probably not going to be good news, is it? I'm guessing it's got something to do with Victor's father's burial. Either he's uncovered something strange or we're going to get pulled deeper into a rabbit hole here. So this quest is called, spookily, They're Alive, indicating the corpses are coming to life, which doesn't sound great. Alright, time to take a spooky little field trip over to the cemetery. We've got a couple of quests stacking up over there, and we do have a few leads down in the southern area of the map too. I'm going to run and jump on the tram and see what the gravedigger's up to. Hopefully it's not a full-blown zombie uprising. That's the last thing we need today. Ooh, there's the barber. We were told by the tailor that we needed to go and clean our act up a little bit and get a haircut. And seeing as we're right next door to it, might be a good time to go and do that. Nothing else going on in here, so let's just go and have a word with the barber, see what he has to say.
Come in.
Please set my hair to rights.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we've got a nice assortment of styles going on here. So we can actually change our moustache and beard here as well. Not sure I fancy the Rasputin look. I kind of like the handlebar moustache look. I'm going to go for that look for the time being. If I don't like it, I can always come back and change it again. Always makes me laugh how
I'm sorry.
you go to the barber in some games and you can actually grow your hair in an
Do you
instant.
like it?
Seeing it in the cutscene, I'm not sure I do actually like it, you know. We'll just go along with it
I can't
for now.
help noticing that you're the most tight-lipped barber I've been to. And even you admit that you rarely talk to clients. Why is that?
When I prepared them for their final journey, it's hard to ask for their opinion.
So you style the deceased too?
Mostly. They still need to look good. After all, you only get a funeral once in your lifetime. So, what do you think? Do you like it?
Not entirely sure visiting a barber who specialises in styling corpses is my best life decision, but hey, he's the only one available, so I guess I don't really have much of a choice, do I? And you know what, I'm not sure actually, I think I might change
I'm
back
not
again.
sure.
Maybe too much pomade? You know it's all the rage now. But that's alright, we'll change it.
Let's try the Gravedigger Dream special and go back to the beard we were rocking previously.
I'm sorry. I don't usually talk to clients. Do you like it?
I think that's a lot better.
Yes, you're talented.
Years of practice. My clients are always satisfied.
I'm just saying, when your regulars are 6 feet under, you're pretty much guaranteed that not to get a bad review. We've got something of note over here on the park bench. We've got a dancing handbook. No doubt that's going to be the start of another quest line for us. Good and Bennett, we do have an awful lot of quests going on here. Okay, we've got another one of these viewfinders. Let's see what's through the magic looking glass. And that appeared to be a tram stop. And also another thaumaturge point. Oh, nice. The trams actually run through the centre of the town here. That's a cool little detail. I wonder what happens if I step onto the tracks there when they're coming through.
Hello.
Indeed, fanciable.
Up close, I would even say a solid 8, wouldn't you?
I don't know. We'll see when he turns around.
Looks like we've got some flirtatious ladies here casually rating the men as they walk by. Not sure what score I'd get, hopefully not a solid 0 with our new haircut we're rocking.
What everyone does. We're evaluating.
A solid 8. Well, that's better than what I'd get in real life,
A
so
solid
I'm
8.
happy with that.
You know, on a scale from 1 to 10, you look quite spiffy, sir.
Why are you schmoozing with some sucker who's already suited and booted for his own funeral? And you, lousy fop, got an itch in looking for some philandering at the Marble Orchard, are you?
6, 5.
0. There's nothing here for you. Mr. 8 got some you-know-what, so he caught our eye. And vice versa, I can tell.
Get ready for some shellacking, lads. We got a dandy looking for some extra ventilation. And, as luck would have it, not too far from the orchard either.
Sir, you have the unique opportunity of becoming a 10.
So this guy's obviously clocked that I've been to the barber who specialises in styling the deceased. Not exactly a confidence booster here. I sense that we're going to get involved with another fight of honour here. And they've all come packing guns as well. We've got nothing we can really spend a single Thaumaturge point on right now, so no point waiting around. Let's get into this fight. I'm thinking we bring Bukovac back in for this one. His skill disables the enemy's trait straight away. We can hit the ground running with him. We'll open up with Howl, nice and quick. We can follow that up with a standard quick attack from ourselves. Get things rolling. Okay, Ooper's lit up now, as suggested, so let's bring Ooper to the playing field. Okay, so we've got statuses now on 2 of the 3 targets. So the next guy, the third attacker, is now the next one to attack, so I might just get old wounds straight away onto him. I don't know why I'm not rocking old wounds on all of them, really. Ooh, that was a nasty hit. We're taking a lot of damage here. Honestly, I might get taken out before the damage over time effects even get given a chance to do their thing. Alright, we need to tread carefully here and think things through. This guy in the middle is up next, so let's hit him with Agony. That may interrupt his next move. And yep, he gets bumped back and I get another move. Gotta love it when a plan comes together. I'm going to pivot to the next guy in line now. The middle one's already got a date with a Bukovac attack. And Bukovac takes down his man, down to 2. Oh man, that hit hard. Took 9 damage. Yowza, if I'm not careful, this could be the end of the line. I've got to get some health back and fast, so time to call in Ooper and hit them with that healing ability of his. Yes, got him with a nice 8 points of damage. Oh no, he returns with 10. I'm down to the last 2 health points. This isn't good at all. Maybe I should have used my focus shield. This guy here is about done now, I reckon. Once Super's got him lined up for the finisher. Hopefully get a nice chunk of healing back while we're at it. Ooper with the emergency med kit just in the nick of time. I was one bad sneeze away there from collapsing. 20 health restored. Couldn't have come at a better moment. And we get to go again here. We're on this last guy who's only got 6 points remaining of health, so hopefully we can bring this battle to an end. Book a vacuum with the neck chomp finisher there for 16 points of damage. That was easily the toughest fight I've had so far in this game, and I'll be honest, my rotation was probably all over the place, but hey, we made it through, maybe with more luck than skill, and all thanks to those two lovely ladies who stirred the pot there for us. Didn't even rate me a 10 after all that. Oh, we've got something around here somewhere. Oh, I cannot find this trace. I can't locate it. Running around like an headless chicken here. Finally, at last, there we go. Something about grey hair disease. I must have that disease. But also included in there is a snippet on apparently ballet master Jan Wioski will soon start giving his dance lessons. Ooh, we've got another marker around here somewhere. Or an indication that there might be something else around here to discover at least. What else have we got? So, a lost note there, but I'm not actually sure what that was about. Some sort of indication of an envious errand boy running around after somebody with a bit more well-to-do about them, I'm guessing. Okay, there's definitely a lot happening right now. So many overlapping quests, starting to lose track of what we're actually meant to be doing. But here we go. We've actually found the gravedigger. Let's see what this is all about here.
What is this foolishness? Open this gate!
Right. No one can keep us from entering the cemetery. It's a free country. Well,
How long are you going to keep wagging your chins? If it's closed, it's closed! Oh, Mr. Shulsky, finally.
See, we got his message. Let's go with that.
I read your message. What is it about?
I won't talk about it out here in front of these boors. Come inside.
you're letting him in, Gravedigger? What the hell is going on?
Shut your mouths or I won't open till Judgment Day. This is about your father, you know.
All right, let's see what this is about.
Bah!
I've honestly never seen so many angry people desperate to get into a cemetery before now.
What did my father do this time?
I've got two pieces of news, so to speak. There's bad news, and I'm not sure what the other one is. Which do you want to hear first?
And hey, when given the choice, I always go with bad news first.
Tell
Let's
me
rip
the
that
bad news.
band-aid off.
Today some rebel-rousers came here and started making trouble. They ravaged your family tomb.
What do you mean, ravaged?
I couldn't believe it either. I sent you a note immediately.
What about the other news?
One night, I went out and saw the dead lying around. But not in their places, you know? In the pathways. And then I saw their graves dug up, as if the dead crept right out of the ground.
And these bodies are still lying here?
No, of course not. You can't do that. But if you want to learn more about the case, they might come out again tomorrow night. People are starting to talk about resurrections and the end of the world. Resurrections and now these maniacs. Judgment Day seems to be upon us, you know?
So yeah, we've got bodies lying around and the gravedigger is convinced they've risen from the dead overnight. My money, though, is on grave robbers.
Those vandals that ravaged the tomb, what did they look like?
I closed the gate because they're still hanging around there. Why don't you see for yourself, you know?
According to my knowledge, dead bodies don't rise on their own. Were there any witnesses? Any noise at night? Traces?
Nothing. Just the stiffs in odd places.
Goodbye.
Get rid of this scum at once.
There are some shady characters hanging around the family tomb. The gravedigger couldn't chase them off, so he closed the cemetery to visitors while waiting for me. And what's this? We have a new symbol here on the ground. Admire the view. Okay, so I'm thinking these quests are the ones that are showing up thanks to those old school viewfinder things we've been checking out. So that's another 2 points we've got to spend here. We're making real progress with the skill tree. I think, yeah, I'm going to be honest here. The heart tree really isn't jumping out at me right now. But looking at what we can do, the placement skill in the deed line actually looks solid. It dishes out 16 damage at the end of a state's duration. I guess that means if we stack something like suffering, we get one last big hit at the end of the dot. That said, I'm tempted to diversify a bit. The build is heavily skewed towards deed right now. Or do we just save the points for the time being so we can look at, yeah, you know, these other Salutors? I'm not sure when they're going to unlock for us, because it might be worthwhile just saving some points to build these trees out a bit more. However, at the same time, points do seem to be coming around fairly frequent at the moment, so it's not feeling too difficult to build out the trees at the moment. Yeah, for now, I'm going to go ahead and just grab the adrenaline skill, mainly just to give the heart dimension a little bit of attention. It doesn't feel flashy, but I'll round out the build a bit more and give us maybe some flexibility later on. I'm not going to put the upgrade into any skill at this moment in time. We do have a fresh marker, though, now in the cemetery to investigate, so let's have a look what we've got here. So that is a sermon basically saying that the new dancing frenzy sweeping the city is some sort of moral threat and will lead to the downfall of society.
Sweet secret.
Ah, so this is the final clue for the dance quest we've picked up. Let's just take a second to double check the area before we try and leave the cemetery. Ooh, we do have something else here. We have a obituary in the paper, unfortunately. And reading that clue is starting to feel more and more like the work of grave robbers in the area, which really backs up my original theory from earlier. And this tomb here remembers the times of uprising and cholera epidemics. Oh dear. Oh, hello, who's this hanging around outside my family tomb? Methinks I've stumbled across some troublemakers.
I think he's a real, you know, temperamencer.
I'll show you how you talk to magicians. Are you so eager to die, Tempermancer?
Let's ask them who they are, but I think we already know the answer to that question.
And who are you, anyway?
We're the ones who purge the world from scum like you.
I'm a bit sorry now, but I think you will be too, in a moment.
You heard him. He asked for it. Get him!
Okay, another fight coming up. Bit more action in this episode. Alright, let's see what we're dealing with here. Looks like we've got 3 enemies lined up. First guy needs a Bukovac to shut him down. And the third one, yeah, Upa's going to have to step in for that one. Let's get started by bringing Bukovac onto the field. And we need a quick attack from him to hit before the enemy lands his hit. So we'll go with Howl. And I'm going to get Suffering in playing Cast Old Wounds here. Alright, who's next up on the attack order? Looks like it's the same guy we just hit, so let's double down on him. I'm going to drop Agony, let's see if we can mess up his plans. And then we'll have Bukovac apply Suffering to the next guy in the line of fire. Time to start stacking them dots. So, middle guy's up next to attack. So let's go Old Wounds on him. However, I'm going to use Howl on the first guy. He's dropped below half health, so if all goes well, we might just chain that Suffering across that final fella. Unfortunately, that didn't quite work out that way. That said, the first guy's not looking too good there. I think the dots will take him out in the next round. Now, bad guy number 3 is finally stepping up. And yep, he's got a little white symbol there, so I think that is a counter-attack in play. Let's try an interruption move as usual. Okay, took a 5-point counter to the ribs, but first guy has bowed out. Alright, number 2, bad dude's just about done here as well. He's hanging on by a thread. Can I put another Old Wounds on the third guy? He throws out a counter, weak hit, nothing to worry about there. We're looking solid on health. And yep, there it is, second guy's gone. Another one bites the cobblestone. Oh, you know what? I should have brought Upa in earlier. This guy's got that damage suppressor trait on, hasn't it? And Upa is the only one who can cancel that out. Ah, he's on the field now, though, so I'll take the chance to top up my health here. Why not? Took a small counter hit there, but he's only got 6 points left. With his trait disabled and the dots, we should be able to finish him off. But hey, one more quick attack for good measure. Ah, wrong choice, press the wrong attack. Never mind, we finished him off regardless. And they are down and out.
Let's take a look around.
Looks like they've done a little bit of vandalism in the area with some graffiti around here. So, it sounds like they had a go at breaking into the tomb, but the crowbar just wasn't up to the task. And then they met me. Alright, I'm not really in the mood to wait around just yet. It seems like a lot of these quests are tied to evening hours, and yeah. Looks like we need to come back to the cemetery at night to move this one forward as well. Now that we've taken care of those folks, maybe the gravedigger's got a bit more to say, so let's go and check in with him.
So, Mr. Shulsky, you gave those lads by the tomb a good belting, huh? I could hear the echoes.
Thank you, but they weren't too keen to talk, and I have a few questions to ask.
Maybe I could help, you know?
It's a rather grim job you've got here.
Well, you know. I'd rather do this than struggle with drunkards in a bar or bolts in a factory. The dead are calm and predictable, you know? Unless they start rising from the grave, that is.
Goodbye.
I'll just stand here.
I'm sure you will. Alright, I had a little look around there, and it seems that for the time being I'm stuck inside the cemetery and I can't get out. I think I need to advance the time forward by waiting around. Well, that was another story-heavy episode, which seems to be the heart and soul of the Thaumaturge. We're squeezing a few more fights than usual, which is a welcome change, but with all these overlapping timed quests, I've officially lost track. Am I chasing undead, solving family secrets, or have I accidentally signed up for a dance class? Honestly, I have no idea. What I do know is we're stuck in a cemetery, there are rumours of the dead rising, and I've just had a pomade heavy haircut from a guy who normally works on corpses. So yeah, probably a good time to wrap things up here. If you're enjoying the weirdness, hit that like button, drop your build suggestions in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one. Right back in the beautiful madness of 1905 Warsaw. Stay weird.